What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down Julio Jones and Antonio Brown and their Week 2 highlights. First, we're going to be breaking down Julio Jones, but later in the video, we're going to be breaking down Antonio Brown's first game as a New England Patriot, so stay tuned for that. But first, we're going to get to Julio Jones' great performance on Sunday Night Football, starting off with this play that broke the internet, his game-winning touchdown pass on this screen here. Let's watch this thing full speed. So he sells like he's running up the string, catches this ball, full speed upfield. Everybody was saying he hit about 20 miles per hour on this. That's a great job accelerating after the catch. Now let's break this route down. So off the line here, it's very important that he's explosive. It's very important. Julio's at the bottom of the screen if you didn't see. It's very important that he's explosive here. Now I want you to look at his eyes. His eyes are selling like he's just going outside right now. He's looking over this DB's outside shoulder, trying to get him to backpedal a little bit. DB does a good job of recognizing this, but he really just explodes off the line for 2 steps. He sinks his hips, he drops his weight, and he gets in and out of this break. Now, what I want you to see here is how well he drops his weight, because he's going to be exploding and pushing off that inside arch back to this football, back to the quarterback to get some separation, to let his lineman get out there, this receiver in his line, to get out there and block for him to make these 2 great blocks. Now, this is the controversial block right here. Everybody's saying this is a block in the back, but right here, he's clearly turned to the side. He's blocking him in the side, and then he kind of turns with it, which is what caused the controversy, but I think that's a very clean block. Comes back to this ball, and immediately, right when he catches this thing, catches it, he secures it in the tuck, and now he's focused on getting upfield. He shoots his eyes upfield, Julio Jones does, and now he's bursting upfield, running full speed, doesn't waste any time, head down, great pad level running, almost 2 strides every 5 yards. That's how you know the guy's fast right here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2 strides every 5 yards. That's a great meter to see how fast you are when you're running at full speed. You could watch that when yourself is on film, but he does a great job again of sinking his hips at the top, exploding back to the quarterback, catching this ball, and then bursting upfield full speed for this touchdown to ice the game winner. Let's watch this thing full speed again. So drop that weight, explode out of the break, catch this ball, get upfield, full speed, 2 strides every 5 yards. That's a great job for a guy like Julio, his size, to be able to move like that. That is very impressive. Okay, this is another one of his touchdowns last night. Or 2 nights ago. So he's coming out here. I want you to notice the speed change in his route and how he scrambles with Matt Ryan. So he starts off the route nice and slow, get this DB waiting on his heels, then he works back to Matt Ryan, scrambling with him, scramble drill. Let's break this thing down. So he comes off the line, he kind of slow plays it, he kind of comes off this a little bit, like maybe 50%, which gets this DB. He's looking at the quarterback here, he's looking at this mesh, which probably doesn't help him out too much, but he's getting him on his heels by coming off this line slow. Then what he does here is he kicks into second gear because he gets this guy, he catches him slipping, he catches him on his heels. Julio's open right now. If he gets this ball out on time, that's a touchdown easy, but Matt Ryan has to buy a little time in this pocket. The DB's able to recover and make a play. Now he sees him scrambling. He's not just going to run the sideline and just take himself completely out of the play. He does. Anytime there's a scramble drill, receivers, the quarterback's scrambling out. If you have a route going this way, you want to cut it back inside. Another rule of thumb for scramble drill is if you're running a deep route, the quarterback gets out of the pocket, you want to come back downhill. And again, if you got a short route, you want to come back deep anytime it's scramble drill. Those are the scramble drill rules, guys. But Julio does a great job of working back inside here. He fights off this DB's hands. He's physical with him. He gets his hands off him. You want to pretend like this DB has crap underneath his fingernails. You knock those hands off of him. He's working. He works back to this ball and makes a great catch in traffic. Goes and gets this ball. It's a great job, Julio, working with the quarterback here, changing up his speed at the top of the route. Overall, just a great play in the red zone to make him a red zone threat. Let's watch it full speed. Kicks up into second gear, starts to work with him, gets those hands off him, physical receiver, goes and gets that ball. That's a great job. Okay, so Julio is going to be at the bottom of the screen here in this next clip. He's going to be running a fade. This is one of the best catches that they had all week in the NFL. Now let's watch this thing full speed. He kind of sets him up with a stab inside. Matt Ryan does a great job of giving Julio a chance, letting him go up and get this ball. This is the definition of a high point. But what I want to talk to you about right now is see at the bottom of the screen here how he kind of gives this jab inside. Anytime we're working a fade and the DB is off right here, about 7 yards, zone coverage, eyes are in the back, or eyes are looking at this quarterback, he's in a back pedal, you got to give him a move inside to get him to work inside, which gives you some space on the sideline. See, and that's what sets up the throw here, because see how Julio has some room. He's between maybe about 3 yards from the sideline. That's where we want to be, guys. If he just continues to run outside, Stevie's going to get hands on him and wall him into the sideline. He's going to be about a yard from the sideline, and that's a very tough throw for the quarterback. But Julio does a great job of working him inside, giving himself some space from the sideline, so he's able to go up, and Matt Ryan knows if I just give him a chance, he's going to make a catch and get 2 feet in the ground. Now let's get to the next clip here. As you can see, this is a great job attacking this ball at its highest possible point. This is a mismatch. Julio's a mismatch, I really think, on any DB in the NFL, and that's a great job utilizing that. Great ball by Matt Ryan, going up and getting this thing highest point, and then coming right back down, toe tap, getting 2 feet down. That is such an amazing catch. Let's watch this thing full speed again. Coming off the line, sets him up inside, gives him some room to work, go up and high point it. Matt Ryan gives this guy a chance. And let's watch this catch. It's a great job going up and getting the ball. Incredible athleticism, getting 2 feet down. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Antonio Brown. This is his first touchdown pass as a New England Patriot. I don't know how many more he's going to get, but I want to talk about this route. Let's watch this thing full speed first, and then we'll break it down. So he comes off this line 100 miles per hour. Everybody knows AB is one of the fastest receivers in the league. He fights his hands. Now, here's the thing with this, guys. He's coming out. I want you to notice he's got his head straight forward. So now what this does here, he beats him on this fade right now, okay? Beats him up the seam here. Or no, not up the seam. I shouldn't say seam. But he beats him here over the top for a big game. This is the DB's worst nightmare, what happens right here. Now, this is a little bit of a push-off. I'm going to say that right now. I think this was a flag that they missed. But here's what I'm talking about. His eyes are straight forward. Now, what this is going to do is this sets up other routes in the game. This guy does not want to get beat over the top. His hips are fully committed. So all game, what AB could do is he could snap it down and run a comeback. He could snap it down and swat his hand off right here like he does and run a dig. This sets it up because he's got that in the back of his head. It's all a mind game, guys. He's got that in the back of his head that he doesn't want to get beat over the top again. He does not want to get beat over the top for a touchdown, so he's going to be turning his hips and committing his hips a lot this game because AB is such a good route runner, gives a lot of deception on his routes, guys. And you watch previous AB film with the Steelers, that's all he does. It's all a setup. Everything he does is a setup. There was a game against the Colts where he ran 3 different variations of a post and 3 different variations of an out to screw with the DB. Now, I want you to see here, see the ball's in the air, and he's pushing off, as you can see. I'm all for getting the DB's hands off me, but when the ball's in the air, that's when it's going to be a flag. That's when they're going to call it, and they definitely missed that one right there. Definitely think that's a push-off, but that's a great job. Happy for AB getting his first touchdown out of the way. Let's watch this thing full speed again. So receivers, if you could come off the line this fast and then be able to drop right on a dime, sink your hips, change direction fast, and also be a deep threat, you're going to get a lot of separation on your routes, and you're going to be a much more effective route runner. So we're going to watch this play over here. This is AB's first reception as a New England Patriot. Let's watch this thing full speed. So he comes off the line. Brady gives him a good strike in the hole, and he catches this ball for a first down. Now let's break this down. This looks like a normal crossing route right here, normal in over the middle. But what I want you to see off the line is AB's very patient off the line. You see this kind of hesitation he gives right here? This little hesitation hop. Not so much of like a hop, but he's trying to get a read on this defense. He's trying to get a read to see how they're going to play this thing. So his eyes, he's a smart receiver, and this hesitation right here lets him see where this hole in the defense is going to be. So as you can see right here, he's not looking for this ball. A lot of you guys will look back for this ball way too early, and you're running, you have no idea of your surroundings because you're looking back for this ball way too early. AB does a great job of knowing where Brady, this is impressive because it's only their first time playing together. He knows the hole that Brady wants to throw this thing. He's not looking right here because he knows that this isn't where he's going to be at in the progression, because he knows that he's probably the third read. Brady's probably going 1 to 2 to 3 to Antonio Brown, and he realizes that's the window that he's going to be opening. Brady hits him right in stride over the middle. He starts looking once he gets into this window, as you can see. He splits these 2 defenders. That's great concentration. He doesn't continue out full speed. He kind of settles in this window. Anytime it's zone coverage, guys, you want to settle in those windows for that quarterback. That's why it's so important to be almost a second quarterback on the field as a receiver. So you could settle in those windows. You know where the quarterback wants to put that ball. You catch this thing and then get up for a first down for a big gain. That's a very impressive play for AB's first reception as a New England Patriot. Let's watch this thing full speed again. So a little hesitation, starts looking over the middle, starts to settle a little bit, catches this ball. That's a great job by Antonio Brown. All right, so let's watch this next play. This is a great job. He's running an out right now, okay? Now, this is zone coverage. You can tell by the DB's stance and that he's going to be in a back pedal here, okay, guys? Let's watch this thing full speed. So he attacks his leverage, sudden stick, gets out of here, toe tap. That's a great job running this out. Now, what I want you to see here is this DB kind of turns inside. Now, Antonio Brown does a good job. What we call this right here, we call this the DB's blind spot, okay? He does a great job of attacking this blind spot, looking over this blind spot. So this DB can't really react. As you can see, look at his eyes. He's attacking this weak hip right here. This is his weak hip because he's turned, okay? Now, what this is doing is this is getting the DB can't really play this. He's setting him up. He doesn't know what he's going to do. So he's already turned out of there. He's attacking his blind spot. He's closing the gap. He's trying to step on his toes the best he can. Now, once he gets to his depth, he makes this sudden stick here. And I want you to look at his head and look at his shoulders. He gives a little bit of head and shoulders to the outside just to get this DB to react like he's just selling like he's running this post right now. DB reacts a little bit. He's not able to turn his hips fast enough because AB sold this fade so well. He's coming out full speed. He's not jogging this route. A lot of you guys will jog this route. You look at his pad level. His pad level does not change throughout the entire route. Sudden stick. Look at these pushing off this inside arch of his foot. That's why he's so explosive out of this break. Pushes off that inside arch. He snaps that head back around trying to find this ball, pumping those arms. Brady puts a great ball on him. He's able to toe tap and get out of bounds. Great job of attacking the DB's blind spot. Sudden stick with head and shoulder movement to freeze him to the inside. Let's watch this thing full speed again. Stick, head and shoulders, snap that head around, catch, toe tap, get out of bounds. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Please leave in the comments who you guys would like to see me break down next, and I really want to thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.